So the dog starts sniffing at my lunchbox, and I'm like, okay, I said, what's going on? She's just like, follow me. And I'm like, so I'm following her. She writes something on an orange sheet of paper. She's like, let me see your passport. I give her my passport, and she says, just go around there and wait in the line. Hello, you guys, and thank you all for tuning in to Chris Codes. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button because you know you want to, and it helps my channel grow. Notification bells to be notified whenever I drop new content. Comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into the video. Hey you guys, so I know I'm looking like a butterball, but it's late. It's 9:57. Yes, that is late for me. I took a allergy pill, and you know they like knock you out like a light. Like I was gone to the world for a hot few hours. So I said, since I'm up, I might as well be productive. So I was gonna get this video out. So this Foolishness Friday is gonna be a tad bit different. Ignore my red thumbs. Little ghetto ate some hot Cheetos. Oh my gosh, but it's my guilty pleasure. I don't eat it in public, so don't worry about me.
Don't worry about me.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
Mind your business, that's all. Mind your business.
Like I was saying, I'm greased up like this because I'm always greased up like this at night. That's when I typically do my skincare routine. So speaking of skincare, that's how this video is going to start. We're going to get right into it. So I'm still not entirely too sure what caused it. I think it was the new detergent I'm using, or it could have been this micro, I forget what it's called, but it's a facial scrub that I got, that I had tried for the first time, and it just did not agree with me. So that leads me into why I haven't been recording too much, is because I am big on skincare and I broke out in hives, so which is why I took the allergy pill. That explains that. But I still have some, but it's definitely going down. I was looking like a shag rug for a smooth week, you guys, and it was just like so yeah. So now that you all have like a little bit of a backstory, let's go into the Foolishness Friday. So this Foolishness Friday is going to be a story time. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. I think it's gonna be like my emotional breakdown at the airport. But it's gonna be something along those lines. So let's get right into the video. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, for some of you all that are familiar with my channel or you watch my videos, you already know my occupation. I'm a flight attendant, and even though I absolutely love my job, just like any other job or career, it has its ups and downs, okay? So if you're not familiar with aviation or just how you start off as a flight attendant, we are on what we call reserves. But I picked up this trip, so I already knew I was going to be working this trip. It wasn't like an on-call type of thing. And me and one of my flight attendant friends, she graduated in the same class as me, we said we were going to start picking up trips together. That way we can enjoy our layovers, and you already know what who you're working with. Kind of working with a new group of people every time you work. I don't think I've flown with the same person twice in almost a year. Like, that just shows you how many flight attendants there is. So yeah, so we picked up this trip together. It was just a smooth little 2-day, real quick, for the beginning of January. So the morning of, I wake up, do my little daily get it together. I get ready, normally I shower, you know, get myself cute and in the zone, make me a little cold brew or hot coffee, depending on how I'm feeling. And yeah, so I normally have my coffee brewing while I'm showering and all that jazz. I get out of the shower, go to brush my teeth, and I'm looking at my face like, what the heck, okay? So I was like, okay, fun fact about me, I'm not allergic to anything. Well, I thought I wasn't until I got a cat. My cat's name is Mackenzie. My dad actually watches my cat now because I'm not home enough really to have a pet, unfortunately. You know, I would love to have a dog, like a little small dog, or even Mackenzie back, but unfortunately I'm not home enough for that. But yeah, so I found out I was allergic to Mackenzie, so I had to take allergy pills just to really be around her. I think it's a pet dander. So I figured off rip, because I've never really experienced anything like allergic reaction other than to my cat. So I figured it was allergic reactions to something. But in hindsight, I'm not really sure. I think I'm almost positive it was, but it was so far worse than when I was, you know, reacting to Mackenzie's pet dander, just because this junk won't go away. Anyways, so I'm looking at my face in the mirror. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what the heck? I said, I guess I could just wear my mask. And I know it's a bit vain. It's just like, Crystal, it's not as serious. People have acne. People have skin problems. People have eczema. It's really not that serious. But I am a fairly dramatic person. You know, I'm going to freak out, you know. So I just was like, it is what it is. It's not like you're going to call out. Just get it done. So I finished getting ready, put my luggage in the car, and I head to the airport. So I head to the airport, I meet with my friend, and we start doing our pre-flight checks, all that jazz, and talking and laughing like normal. And she didn't seem like she didn't even notice that I had hives all over my face. Like, she's like, she didn't even notice. But, so, make long story short, we enjoyed the day. You know, we had like 3 legs that day, which wasn't bad. We get to the hotel fairly early because the start time was really, really early. It was probably like 6 a.m. was our report time. So we get to the hotel, we're chilling, enjoying ourselves. We go down to the hotel lobby, we're hanging out, talking, vibing. We go to Domino's. At first we were looking at the hotel menu, and she was like, oh, what's a Domino's? Literally walking distance. So maybe we grab some pizza and chill. So I was like, okay, cool. So we tipped the lady that was helping us at the hotel, and then we go walk to Domino's. We get our pizza. The day's over. Okay, we head back to our rooms. The next morning, of course, I didn't finish my pizza because we both got like small or medium pizzas. Obviously, I'm not gonna finish all of that. So I normally travel with Tupperware containers because I bring food on my trips. So I just put some of the leftover pizza in my Tupperware container and threw the rest out. So anyways, I knew where we were going, but it didn't dawn on me because in other countries, when you're going through customs and whatnot, normally you have to declare what food you bring with you, okay? So as long as you don't have like fruit or any like stuff that's uncooked, they don't normally trip about it. You just declare, hey, I have this, 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 and this, and then you're good. But I'm gonna get to why that small fact is relevant for this Foolishness Friday. So the next morning, you know, I get up, just like I do at home. I start brewing my coffee, hop in the shower, do my little skincare routine, but not too much because I don't want to further irritate my skin, because it seemed like even the next morning it seemed like it was getting even worse. Like it was red, it was just crazy, and it was like spreading all over my face. At first it was just like started off here and then here and then here. It was just like all over. It was just like a nightmare. So whatever. So I get my stuff together and I head down to the lobby waiting on the pilots and my friend. So we get on the hotel shuttle, and I actually know it wasn't a hotel shuttle. We had a driver that was picking us up for this one to take us to the airport. So again, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, right? So we get in the shuttle, and I normally wear my skirt. We have a uniform with pants, but I normally wear a skirt. So yeah, so I had on a skirt, and the captain like lift the seat up in like the truck, like the little private, like I don't know how to explain it, but you know, when larger vehicles, kind of like those like Cadillac Escalade looking vehicles, where you can lift the back seats up so you can get in the back. So he lifted the seats up, and I'm looking like, who getting back there, you know? Now granted, like I understand Like, no, I don't understand. And it was annoying the mess out of me. Not to mention this captain was a little flirtatious, but we're not gonna go there. So I'm like, I hate the back. I hate the back. If he wasn't saying anything, and it was 5 o'clock in the morning, and for those that are like familiar with how we do things, unless you're like real new or you're just like overly talkative, on 5 o'clock van time, when you have like a 5 o'clock van time or 4 a.m. van time, you don't do all that extra talking. I don't know if it's like a courtesy thing, but it's just what I've observed and what I do. You don't do all that extra talking bright and early in the van. People still getting together. People still waking up. Everybody around you is not a morning person. I'm actually a morning person, but I still do not do all that extra talking. So I'm just like, oh, I hate the back, but I want to go back and forth. So I struggle in the back with my coffee and my lunch bag, because I normally keep my lunch bag with me, and I put the rest of my luggage and stuff in the back. So I'm struggling with my coffee, my lunch bag, my trench coat, trying to get into the back of this truck. Annoyed, honey, annoyed.
Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my.
So I get in the back, the FO, first officer, he's like asking my friend, like, you want me to get in the back? And she's like, she didn't even respond, because she's just like, what do you mean? Do I want you to get in back? Do you see me in this dress? She had on a dress uniform. And she's like, you see me in this dress? Like, so she didn't respond, you know, because it's like, duh. So he hops in the back and we start to drive to the airport. So this is where the trip turns. So we're driving to the airport. Me and my friend are texting back and forth in the vehicle, and she's just like, I've never had a pilot even remotely ask me, do I want to climb in the back of the car, of the truck, with my dress on. I was like, right, it's just like common courtesy. Like, you're a man, hop your tail back here. Like, you know, anybody, like, it's difficult. Like, picture yourself, like, I had my coffee, my trench coat, because we go through different climates. So a lot of times, especially during this time of year, you got to bring a coat. Otherwise, you're just going to be cold. So I had my coffee in one hand, my trench coat, my lunch bag that I like plopped in there. And then I'm trying to climb in the back of this truck with a skirt on, not trying to be out, you know, and about, period. So yeah. So we're texting back and forth about that. And while we're driving, the driver runs off the road. Yes, you guys, you can't make this up. She runs off the road. So like, we're kind of like, I think we're in Arkansas at this time. So it's like a wooded area. It's real dark because it's like 5 a.m. and it's like a two lane street. It's like one going this way, one going that way. And she runs off the road, like where the dirt is, and then like hops back on the road. We like like that. And we all was silent. Like, well, it was already silence in the car, but it was like OD. Everybody was like, and then slowly you can hear everybody like this. Like, everyone in the vehicle, you could hear like slowly buckling their seatbelts. And then I get a text from my friend, like, nothing like a near-death experience at 5 a.m. So I'm like giggling, trying to be quiet for what she just sent me, but it was just crazy. Like, what the heck are you doing, lady? And then she has the nerve to not apologize. She didn't say a word. And when we got to the airport, she didn't even get out of the car, because normally you'll tip. Like, we always tip whatever driver we have, if it's the hotel shuttle, if they like order us a private car, whatever. We always tip them $1, $2, sometimes $3, you know, if they're like really, really nice or really, really good. But yeah, so she didn't even get out the car, y'all. So we getting our baggage out the car, like, what the heck? And yeah, so started off real right. That's what she did. So we get to the airport, whatever. We get on the plane, and we put our luggage away, and we were working like normal. We had a flight back to Atlanta, and then we had a Bahamas turn. Now, I didn't know we were going to the Bahamas. Now, this is my fault because I didn't look at the airport code. We go by airport codes, but I hadn't done a turn to the Bahamas before, so I wasn't really familiar, and I didn't look it up because I was working the back. So I was like, I'm not working in the front of the aircraft. I'm not really gonna have to say welcome to, like, where, I forget where in the Bahamas we had went, but yeah, I'm not gonna have to say welcome to so and so where the local time is blah 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 blah. So I wasn't really worried about it. So I didn't realize until like midway through the flight that we were even going to the Bahamas, and it still didn't cross my mind that I was gonna have to go through customs. So keep in mind, I'm breaking out in hives. Like, my skin is dry and itchy because, you know, when you get hives, it's itchy, and I'm trying not to scratch my face. And I'm working a Bahamas trip where people want to be liquored up. Everybody wants double snacks, double drinks. I'm like, yeah. So after that, we did have a delay too. Not to mention, I forgot about that. We had a 1 hour delay, and also we're used to delays and stuff like that. So I wasn't even tripping up about that. I was just kind of like still like with my face and the issues I was going through with that. So yeah. So after the Bahamas turn, we fly back to Atlanta, and we're racing through customs. Like, well, we're racing to get through customs so we can go home, because at this point it's like 7 o'clock at night. And keep in mind, from 4 a.m. to 7 p.m., I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. I'm done for the day. If you go into a hotel, it's different because you just get in the hotel, shower, and get ready for bed. Maybe make you some tea and get ready for bed. But, you know, you going home, so you still gotta catch the shuttle to where your car is, and you still gotta drive home after that. So we're just ready to go at this point. We were running so fast, it don't make no sense, okay? So, yeah, let's continue. So, after the fact, we got to customs. I gave my passport. We're going through customs, all that. And as we're walking to get to KCM, because we had already went through customs, now we're walking to get to KCM so we can go back through the airport to get to where the international shuttle picks us up. So we're walking through customs, and the dog starts to follow me. So I've already had me like a time. I'm already frustrated. I'm already tired. And the dog starts following me, and I'm like, what the heck? So I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? Because it's not too many instances where like someone in a uniform has a dog following you is a good thing, okay? It's never a good thing. So the dog starts sniffing at my lunchbox, and I'm like, okay, so what's going on? She's just like, follow me. And I'm like, what the heck? So I'm following her. She writes something on an orange sheet of paper. She's like, let me see your passport. I give her my passport, and she says, just go around there and wait in the line. I said, is there a problem? She was like, just go around there and wait in the line. I said, okay.
Now wait just 1 second, glasses. I have been sitting over here.
So I think what was annoying me the most is that I wasn't getting any information from anybody. You know, like I said, in other countries, you can declare, when you're going through customs, you declare what food you have, you know? But in the U.S., like, it's not really the case, at least at the Atlanta airport. You're not declaring what food you have or anything like that. So I get there, I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. There's not a line where I am either. So I'm like getting frustrated at this point. I'm like, okay, like, what are y'all doing, bro? Y'all over there chit-chatting. Like, help me so I can get on my way. So I'm waiting. I call crew scheduling. Like, why I call crew scheduling, I don't know, but I was just over it at this point. And then finally, while I'm on the phone with one of the in-flight managers, a guy tells me to come over, and he's going through, and that is, at this point, was still asking people, like, okay, what do I need to do, blah, 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 blah. No one was giving me any information. Nobody was saying anything to me, and I was just getting frustrated. And honestly, I think it was just from the whole day, but I'm just, like, giving you, like, what was going on in my mind before all of this happened. So, yeah. So finally he comes over, and he's like, you know what to do. Now, with being a flight attendant, they expect you know the drill and stuff like that, but I don't normally get pulled. And in other places, If I have food, I declare it and I go on about my business. In Canada, all of us, you declare what food you have. So he's like, you know what to do? I said, I don't know what to do. Can you enlighten me? Like, at this point, I'm just like, I'm ready to go home. I'm over it. I am so over it. My face is on fire. I've been up since 3 a.m. I'm over it. Okay. So then, yeah. So finally he's like, just put your stuff up here. I'm gonna go through blah, 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 stuff like that. So, okay. So I put my stuff up there. He goes to my lunch bag and it's the freaking Domino's pizza, y'all.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I guess he said it was the sausage that was on it. That was the problem, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and I'm thinking, oh, I got this freaking pizza in Arkansas. Not in the Bahamas. Like, y'all, I was over it. And then he was just like, if you don't mind waiting, I can give you your Tupperware container back. I said, give it to the dog.
Give it to the dog.
Okay. I gotta go. I said, I'm just ready to go. He just laughed. He's like, I get it. But well, he said, just go around there. You can go through KCM that way. So I go through KCM, and the crew was waiting on me. I thought that was really sweet of them, honestly, because they didn't have to wait on me. It was go home day. And literally all we were doing was heading home at that point. So they really didn't have to wait for me, but they did, which was really nice, I feel like. So I'm going through KCM, and like, it's either when they scan, when they check your passport and you scan your KCM badge, you either get random or they let you go on through. So I was just praying I didn't get random because I was already just not in the state of mind for it. So I didn't get random. And she was like, oh, that's beautiful. I said, and she was like, I was like, yeah, not being random. And I don't hear what else she said, but I was like, right? I said, not being random is a beautiful thing. So I'm walking to the crew and she's like, no, sweet. I was talking about the hair in your picture, not you. But I was like, and I just completely ignored that because I was like not in the state of mind to even entertain the foolishness. Like, first of all, I'm not fishing for compliments from you.
And
Like, I'm not trying to seem like, you know, I'm looking down on her or anything like that, but I don't need you for validation. I'm not even talking about my picture. And the fact that you were so triggered says a whole lot about your self-esteem. You know, like, but we're not even going to go on that. But it just annoyed me that she did all that. I'm like, anyways. So I see the crew and I'm like talking and they're like talking and making jokes because we were a jokey crew. We were talking about each other, clowning each other the whole trip. So it was fitting that they were doing that. And my friend was like, she was like, when they were talking about, oh, she about to go to airport jail. And my friend was like, Crystal does not have anything in that bag. She said, other than food. She said, other than food and too much clothing. Unnecessary clothing. And she was right, but I was just so frustrated at that point. And then they were still making jokes. And y'all, I just burst into tears.
Girl, get up. Girl, get up. Girl, get up again.
I burst into tears because I was just like, it was just the day I was having. I was just so frustrated. And I was just like, y'all, picture me crying on the escalator in the airport, face broken out in hives. I'm just like, I'm just so frustrated. I'm just so frustrated. I just can't. I'm just so frustrated. So the captain's like, are you okay? I was like,
No.
I was like, no. I said, I just want to go home. I said, we've been up all day. I said, we've been out whipping and running all day. I'm so tired. I said, I just can't. I said, and not to mention, they freaking about to lock me up over some Domino's pizza. We're not talking Fellini's. Keep in mind, I'm still crying. I said, we're not talking about Fellini's. We're not talking
about Blue. We're talking about Domino.
Domino's. Like, I was just so done, y'all. I was so done. I know they was looking at me like I'm crazy, but I don't know. I was just so emotional at that point. And it's like, I am a emotional person. I am a dramatic person, but this day just took the cake. You know, when you kind of just have to look back and laugh at yourself, like, really, Crystal, really? And I feel like a part of it is because I really don't go through much, you know, not compared to others, where I'm just like, just downright, like, just frustrated. And that made me think, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's a blessing that the worst of it was getting stopped by customs over some pizza. You know what I mean? Or, well, the near-death experience was probably the worst of it. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just like sometimes you kind of have to laugh at yourself. You got to laugh at yourself. I talk about us like acting a fool in public. And granted, I wasn't acting a fool, but I was being like overly dramatic and like kind of like giving a spoiled vibe, like very extra vibe. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. It's done. You know, I feel embarrassed now, but it's just not really a big deal. It's not a huge deal, but I thought that was some foolishness. But yeah, at the end of the day, you just kind of have to laugh at yourself. Like, we're starting a new year and you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna have moments where you wish you could change something or change your reaction to something, but you can look at everything as like a learning lesson. You know, yeah, I reacted this way, but my whole job is kind of going with the flow. There's always going to be delays. There are always going to be issues. There are always going to be problems, but it's my job to go with the flow. So take that into consideration at your job or your workplace or in your life in general. Things aren't always going to go your way, but if you go with the flow, things typically work out, okay? So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. I hope y'all enjoyed my horrendous 2-day trip. And yeah, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button because you know you want to, and it helps my channel grow. Notification bells to be notified whenever I drop new content. Comment, subscribe, and yeah, see you all for the next video. Bye.